What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Z Build, aka the Year of the Z. And I think we're on episode 10 now, which is crazy to think of, that we started this like halfway through the project, and now we're on episode 10. I wish I would have brought you guys along for the ride a little earlier, and I just had a lot of stuff going on and just didn't really think to pursue YouTube again, but you know, here we are. So now you guys are getting the good part of it, the finishing fab, the painting, the priming, the blocking, and all that stuff that goes along with it. But today what we're going to be tackling is the roll cage and how to prep it, paint it, and everything properly. We are going to go with a Nardo gray. I just went ahead and picked up the paint. It is beautiful, and I think it's going to accent really well with the car. And this is where we're at right now. So just gonna go in and sand the cage with 180. It's already got weld primer on it, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and just strip it all the way down so that we can reprime and get it set right. You can see through there the pedals are in. They're still in. I haven't taken them out. Did take the seat out. Other than that, the car is exactly where we left off the last time. I was away on a trip through work, and now I'm back to bring you guys some more content. But thank you guys again for coming around, liking, commenting, subscribing, everything. We've got a whole bunch of new followers. Thank you guys for 100, and I think we're up to 108 followers now and subscribers. That means a lot to me. It's crazy to think that 100 people want to watch this build go down. Again, it really means a lot to me, and I can't wait to continue the progress on the car and share with you guys, so that maybe get some tips and tricks and some enthusiasm to go work on your own stuff and conquer your own builds. But let's get started.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong. I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about, have your fucking clout, it be raining now. I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 Cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah. Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my fucking mouth, yeah. I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. That's how you get big box, you get yachts, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I'm gonna erase, let's face it. I don't give up quick, I don't give up shit, I won't give up this. Cause I know that I want it, know that I'm on it, I'll make it, I promise. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
Sand it down. Took a lot longer than I wanted to. I ended up using the DA, and I really hope I didn't mess that video up for you guys. I don't know how the vibrations affect time-lapse, but I guess we'll find out. So I do have one place that I'm contemplating whether I need to go back and re-weld it or not. Do a little bit of grinding work. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do it because I don't want to have to come back and sand the paint off and redo it. So I'm going to go ahead and knock that out real quick, and then I'll I'll meet you guys back here. Alright guys, so story time of why this cage is taking me so long. It's a auto power U-weld cage. I bought it from Z1. I'm not gonna lie, I got kind of ripped off from Z1. I looked at how much I paid for it and went to a company that would do it for me, that actually builds cages for these cars back in the day, and they would have built me a 10-point cage for the price that I paid for this 4-point cage through Z1. So make sure you do research before you start buying stuff. Secondly, this is a U-weld cage, so that means that everything was tacked together except for the rear supports and the crossbar, which is these guys on both sides, and it came with mounting plates for you to weld to the car so that, you know, it's strong and it's able to take the abuse. The hard part is I didn't have a tubing notcher, so I used a grinder and a grinding wheel and grinded, you know, used it and did it myself. I made my own little stencil out of a PVC pipe the same diameter as that with I think I used straws and a rubber band around it, and that's how I found my angles that I need to cut for my tubing, and that's how I made my markings and stuff. So anyways, we did that. My dad helped me do that. The hard part was actually using the support plates that were given. I actually found that the cage was too tall from Auto Power. It was about 1.5 inches too tall for it to work properly, so that's why I ended up cutting out the floor and making these buckets right here, which a lot of people won't even notice, but I made these buckets out of 1/8 inch plate so that, you know, it's nice and sturdy, and just kind of seamed them in really nice into the car so you can't really tell. And then back here there is another plate right here. It's 1/8 inch plate, same thing. Welded it into the car and made it look like it wasn't ever there. But long story short, I ended up covering my welds with panel bonder because I like things to look nice and seamless. I didn't want it to look like someone had welded the cage together and everything like that. Check your rules and regulations if you are building a track car, because I found out after I did all that that the rules said that the cage is up for visual and physical inspection. It just isn't a quick glance to say, oh yeah, you have a roll bar, you're good. They inspect your welds. And I'm saying this because I made a mistake, and I don't want you guys to make the mistake. And learn from my mistakes, and just make sure to read the rules and regulations, especially in the fact that, like, mild steel cages like this one, mild steel you can MIG weld or TIG weld, it doesn't matter, they don't care. If it's a chromoly cage, you can only TIG weld it. They will not pass it if it has been MIG welded at all. So this is being a mild steel cage, which a lot of people run. There's no real differences. Chromoly cracks, mild steel bends. That's kind of the only difference that I know. If I'm wrong, correct me please. But the welder that I had accessibility for to do this cage was a MIG welder, so that's why I went mild steel. Back to why I bought the cage, just for extra safety and for a harness bar. I didn't want to have to actually put in a harness bar and then not put a roll gate or a roll bar in, because it just didn't make any sense. But the cool thing is, with the 300ZX T-top cars, they are not considered convertibles. They are considered coupes. So that means that you do not necessarily have to have this to go racing, but I want to have it just in case. You never know. I'm not saying I'm going to wreck it. I just would rather be safer than sorry. That's why I'm kind of going overkill with it. But just read the rules and regulations, read that fine print. I actually reached out to one of my friends who I've gotten to know through Instagram and his YouTube, but Austin Hurdle. He is a GLTC road racer, and I had reached out to him asking questions about the cage and roll bars and all that, and he was very helpful and knowledgeable with everything, and that's how I kind of found out. So long story short, I had to, well, it's not really it's not really short at this point, so just forget I even said that. I had to actually cut out the cage and redo every single weld. So I did what most pipe fitters would do, which is do a root. And so I cut it out and made a V on every single corner and re-welded it with a nice wide weld after I went over the root weld. So it's super strong. It's not like I cut it apart and re-welded it and it's not as strong as it was. It's actually probably stronger than it was originally. Just make sure you read the fine print in your rules and regulations before you start doing this kind of stuff. I saved myself, you know, if I would have actually read them properly, I would have saved myself probably 2 days worth of work to be able to do this. And again, like I say, just make sure you do all your research on who makes cages, because there are plenty of people that make cages and will be happy to make you a cage for a lot cheaper than you would expect. So just do your research. That was my my story time for the week. So let's get this thing primed. Also, just a little tip and trick: use rattle can primer when you do this kind of stuff. It's easier to get a rattle can in places than it is to get a full-on paint gun. So use a rattle can, don't use a full paint gun. Alright, so you're probably asking what I'm using. This is a dual prime. It's a medium gray. They make different colors depending on what your base coat's going to be. It's for metal and plastics. But this is medallion dual prime. Anyways, it works really, really well. I've used it before, and it always comes out really nice. So the cage is all primed. I know you guys saw me go check up on a couple of spots. That's because of an area that wasn't 100% primed or prepped properly. So I'm sure there's going to be a couple more that I see. It looks like I might have to go get another can of primer. It looks like it's okay. So it looks like we actually escaped pretty. Oh man, there's a place. That's what I'm talking about. Wasn't prepped properly. It's my own fault. Yeah, okay. Well, I'll go back with my other primer and get that sorted. But it's primed 99% of the way. Got that 1% down there. And what we'll do is come back with some 320 and lightly go over it. And then we'll paint it. And here's the paint. If you want a gray, it's a really cool color. It's got a little bit of blue in it. You can see that right there, the RS blue. So it'll be sweet. We'll bring out some of the blue and the pearl in the paint. But that's all. That's what's going to do it for today. That's going to be it. We'll go home and watch a Braves game. If you didn't know, my girlfriend and I are huge Braves fans. Well, let me rephrase that. She's an extremely big Braves fan, and I kind of got suckered into it. But I'm starting to appreciate it myself. So if you're a Braves fan, hey, chop on. If you're not, I'm sorry. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next episode. That's probably going to be it for this one. Nice, short, sweet episode. Like I said, I was out of town there for a little bit, and didn't really have a whole lot of content to bring you guys besides this, and then just sanding the outside of the car before we get to prime the entire, well, not prime the entire car, but paint the entire car. So that'll probably come next week. We'll see. It's a really, really daunting task. I'll give you guys another shot of these beautiful fenders. And obviously they're not actually held in right now, but oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. They're gonna look so good in this cobalt green metallic. Cobalt green pearl, sorry. But yeah, so I appreciate you guys coming back around. Thank you again for all the support, all the likes, comments. Shout out to those of you who continue to comment repeatedly and come check out the videos consistently. I think some of y'all have stayed up till like 12 o'clock at night, I guess, and waited for a video to come out, because some of the videos I've seen are like right at right after they've been submitted. They've gotten hits and everything, so shout out to you guys. That's awesome. I really appreciate it. And we'll catch you guys next time. Peace. Alright, so you're probably asking what I'm using. This is a dual prime. It's a medium gray. They make different colors depending on what your base coat's going to be. It's for metal and plastics. But this is medallion dual prime. Anyways, it works really, really well. I've used it before, and it always comes out really nice. So the cage is all primed. I know you guys saw me go check up on a couple of spots. That's because of an area that wasn't 100% primed or prepped properly. So I'm sure there's going to be a couple more that I see. It looks like I might have to go get another can of primer. It looks like it's okay. So it looks like we actually escaped pretty. Oh man, there's a place. That's what I'm talking about. Wasn't prepped properly. It's my own fault. Yeah, okay. Well, I'll go back with my other primer and get that sorted. But it's primed 99% of the way. Got that 1% down there. And what we'll do is come back with some 320 and lightly go over it. And then we'll paint it. And here's the paint. If you want a gray, it's a really cool color. It's got a little bit of blue in it. You can see that right there, the RS blue. So it'll be sweet. We'll bring out some of the blue and the pearl in the paint. But that's what's gonna do it for today. That's gonna be it. I'm gonna go home and watch a Braves game. If you didn't know, my girlfriend and I are huge Braves fans. Well, let me phrase that. She's an extremely big Braves fan, and I kind of got suckered into it. But I'm starting to appreciate it myself. So if you're a Braves fan, hey, chop on. If you're not, I'm sorry. Nah, I'm just kidding. But yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next episode. That's probably going to be it for this one. Nice, short, sweet episode. Give you another shot of these beauties. Let's see if we can get the... Oh, I got this guy in there. Get out of there. Kind of see the car. I wish you guys could be here in person to see it. I can't wait to get it in person so you guys can really see it, but let's get another shot of these fenders. God, they just look so good. Oh, they're all in primer. Oh yeah. So that's going to do it for today, guys. Thanks again for coming around. Thank you to all of those who continue to watch the videos, like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks to all the new subscribers. We officially hit over 100. I think we're at 108 or 109 now. So shout out to you guys. That's really awesome. It means a lot to me. Let's keep going. I want to grow this. I want to bring you more content. I want to do more builds. I want to grow this channel. I think I can bring you guys another level of content that no one else has been able to bring as far as building cars. There's probably one other guy, Boosted Z. Shout out to you, dude. You continue to comment and like and comment and subscribe. I think I just said comment twice. And subscribe, which you can only subscribe once. But anyways, you know what I mean. Good dude. Continually comments. We could talk a good bit here and there about each other's builds and stuff. And I appreciate everyone who, you know, is going through the same process that I am and really watching their work. And he's doing some really, really great work. If you want someone else to watch, you know, another subscription, go check him out. It's Boosted Z. The guy does great work. New things. He's learning new things, and you're right there along with him to learn them. Kind of like what we're doing here. So hope I get to meet you one day, dude. But anyways, that's going to do it for the day. Thanks again. Go check out the Instagram, thatbowtieZ32. And we'll catch you next time. Peace.